Some men aren't avoiding marriage because they don't love you. They're avoiding it because marriage itself, the idea of it, the permanence of it, quietly terrifies them in ways they rarely say out loud, sometimes in ways they haven't even fully admitted to themselves. It's easy to interpret hesitation as a lack of feeling, but often it's the exact opposite, a man who feels so much that the weight of formalizing it becomes genuinely frightening. Today I'm breaking down 5 signs he's secretly scared of marriage, and stay till the end, because number 5 is the one that reveals the fear most clearly, even though it looks like something else entirely on the surface. Let's get into it. 1. He avoids the topic entirely. This is usually the first and most obvious sign, even if it doesn't feel obvious in the moment. Anytime marriage comes up, even indirectly, a friend's engagement, a wedding invitation, a casual comment about the future, he changes the subject, gets noticeably quiet, or redirects the conversation somewhere safer. This avoidance isn't necessarily about you specifically. It's often a reflex, a way of not having to sit with a topic that triggers real anxiety underneath. Genuine disinterest tends to be casual and unbothered. Avoidance, on the other hand, has a certain tension to it, a slight discomfort that's hard to miss once you start paying attention to it. 2. He jokes about marriage being a trap. Listen closely to how he talks about marriage when it does come up, even jokingly. Comments about marriage being a trap, a ball and chain, the end of freedom might sound like harmless humor, but humor is often where real fear hides in plain sight. People joke about the things that actually scare them, because joking feels safer than admitting genuine anxiety out loud. If his jokes about marriage carry a slightly sharper edge than his other jokes, that's worth noticing, because underneath that humor is often a real, unprocessed fear he hasn't found another way to express yet. 3. He gets tense around married couples. Pay attention to his body language and mood around married friends or family, especially during moments centered on their relationship, anniversaries, wedding talk, or watching them interact affectionately. Does he grow quieter than usual, more fidgety, eager to change the subject or leave the conversation? This tension is often a physical reaction to proximity with the very thing that scares him, a reminder of a commitment he's not sure he's capable of or ready for. It's not that he resents the couple. It's that being close to the reality of marriage stirs up anxiety he's still working through internally. 4. He's vague about the future. Notice how he talks or doesn't talk about long-term plans. Does he stay intentionally vague about where the relationship is headed, avoiding specifics even when directly asked? This vagueness isn't always about uncertainty regarding you. It's often about uncertainty regarding himself, whether he's capable of the kind of permanent commitment marriage represents, whether he'll be a good husband, whether he can trust that it will last once it's official. Fear of failing at marriage can look identical to not wanting it at all, even though the underlying emotion is completely different. 5. He overanalyzes other people's divorces, and here's the sign that reveals the fear most clearly, even though it doesn't look like fear on the surface. Pay attention to how much attention he pays to other people's divorces, dissecting what went wrong, bringing up statistics, seeming almost preoccupied with failed marriages he's witnessed or heard about. This isn't casual curiosity. It's often a man quietly gathering evidence to justify his own hesitation, using other people's pain as proof that marriage is inherently risky, unstable, likely to fail. If he can point to enough examples of marriages falling apart, It becomes easier to rationalize staying in the safety of an undefined relationship instead of risking the same outcome himself. Closing. So let's recap. He avoids the topic entirely. He jokes about marriage being a trap. He gets tense around married couples. He's vague about the future. And he overanalyzes other people's divorces, using them as quiet justification for his own hesitation. None of this necessarily means he doesn't love you, and it doesn't mean the relationship is doomed. It often means he's carrying fear, sometimes inherited from watching relationships fail around him, sometimes from his own past, that he hasn't fully worked through yet. That fear is his to eventually face, not yours to fix or rush past for him. But understanding it can turn frustration into clarity. And clarity is what actually helps you decide what you need moving forward. If this helped you understand him a little better, drop a like, subscribe for more relationship content every week, and let me know in the comments, which one of these have you noticed in him? See you in the next video.